Hello, my bookish besties, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Adrienne, and we like to read a little bit, but yeah, quite a lot of it over here today. As you probably saw by the title of this video, we are going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. I think the way I want to do it this time, if you've seen some of my past readathons, I've done just a 24-hour straight, which I personally really like that method. But this weekend we do have some other things we need to get done, so I think we are going to do the read as much as possible within 2 days method. I would say 12 and 12, but today I do have a haircut that'll last about 2 hours, so it's a pretty good portion of time, but it is about 8:30 in the morning, so I'm thinking I could do 12 today. I would just be ending at 10 p.m. That's doable, I think. But either way, we will just read as much today and then finish it out tomorrow, or absolute worst case scenario, we could finish it out Sunday. I'd prefer to do 2 and 2, but we'll see what happens. I have a TBR selected for this 24-hour readathon. First, we need to finish Vicious. This is my current read. According to the audiobook I've been listening to, I have about 2 hours remaining, so my plan is to finish this morning. I have it through Kindle Unlimited, and then I have the audiobook through my library. And then also on my Kindle, if we decide we need a Kindle read, I have The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. That one is probably highest priority because I have a book club meeting this upcoming week over it, so I'd really like to read that. I also have an ARC I'm really excited about. I got an ARC for The Wolves of War. This is John Gwynn's newest book. I would love to start it, but probably should prioritize some of my other reads first. I also have things like Starside, King of Scars, The Silversmith, etc. I have pretty good variety on my Kindle, but the priority is Vicious and The Tainted Cup. And then as far as my kind of like physical TBR reads, first, I really want to read Broken Dove during this 24-hour readathon. Back in January, I did another 24-hour readathon, and I read Silver Elite. So I think it'd be really fitting and kind of fun to keep up the tradition and read book 2 during a 24-hour readathon. I do have an audiobook copy, which is how I also listened to the first one and my physical here. And yeah, this was one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and it's been out for like 2 or 3 months now, and I still haven't read it. So this is like pretty high on the priority list. And then we also have this little indie gem. This is from Stardust by Megan Kay. It's basically like a pirate romantasy, I believe. I have met her before at a convention. She was really nice. And, ooh, I didn't know there was art in here. I love that. Gorgeous. But I also have an audiobook of this. She sent it to me one time in an email. And, yeah. It's like one of those books that it's now or never, you know what I mean? Like, I either read it right now while it's still kind of summery, or I just sadly won't get to this. There's also a second book in this series, so I really want to read this one. We also have Daggermouth. This is on my August TBR. I will admit, this one's probably lowest priority, only because I have a couple of other books that are similar to this, so we'll just have to see kind of how the vibes are vibing. But this is one I would really love to get to. I just need to, not overdo it with the kind of dystopian reads, because Broken Dove, I feel like, is going to have kind of similar-ish energy. But I would love to at least start. I almost said Broken Dove. I would love to at least start Daggermouth. We also have It's Not Her. This is a relatively short thriller that, again, I have the audiobook through my library, so might as well give this one a shot. And if you saw my latest reading vlog, my kind of reading romances for a week, you would have seen that I am trying really hard to read a majority of my Book of the Month copies this year, because they're doing like an award if you've read 30, and that's gonna be me. Maybe. And then we also have Confessions, The Private School Murders. This is book 2 in the, I don't even know what the series is called, but book 1 is, I can't even remember what book 1 is called. Confessions of a Murder Suspect. I wanted to say everyone in my family has killed someone, but definitely not the same series. But Again, if you're sensing a theme here, I have the audiobook through my library for this one. It's also on my August TBR. I would love to get to this one. I think it'd be just a fun, quick, kind of suspenseful read, hopefully. And since it's YA, the font here is so big. Okay, if you saw my TBR jar video, you would say I was really hoping that this one would have the confession chapters like book 1. I didn't see it necessarily in book 3, but at least book 2 does. So I'm really, really excited about this. And then last but not least, we have my other book club's pick. This is the Shampoo Effect. This one I think will be a good kind of like afternoon read. Like, it's a lit fic basically about this friend group that's toxic. And if you know anything about me, you know I love a toxic friend group. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I have my eye patches here. We have our Alani like usual. I'm really into this purple cotton candy flavor recently. They discontinued green slush, which like I think is a crime. So kind of rude of them if you ask me. But oh yeah. Cheers. It's so good. Oh, another book I could probably dip my toes into if I really wanted to was Rhythm of War. We'll see what the vibes are vibing. I started that like 3 weeks ago now, and then took a break because I went out of town and I haven't picked it up yet. But that is okay. Our timer has officially started. Let's continue / finish Vicious. But first we have to break up because I can't afford to be distracted when I have a 24-hour readathon. Let's do this thing. So, okay, I'm reading Vicious first, right? This is basically about these 2 college students who are doing experiments for their like senior design almost, or like senior something. And their experiments are over what they call EOs, extraordinaries. And they are trying to discover, you know, does a near-death experience create an EO? And so far, I will say, the first like 30%, I'm about 48% through now. The first probably 30, I was lost. I was like, girl, what are we doing? But then something happens at about the 40% mark that like, I'm locked the freak in now, to be honest. I have so many questions and theories and thoughts, and it's definitely getting way more exciting. If you are a reader of V.E. Schwab, I can't remember if the other books I've read by her are like this. I've only read about half of Bury Our Bones and then Addie LaRue, but this one like jumps POV / timeline / location / whatever you want to call it a lot, which I do enjoy because the short chapters makes it easy to just kind of fly through it and keep you on your toes and interested. But on the other hand, it's like by the time I've kind of caught on and are like, what's happening? We're to a new chapter. And like I said, it's out of chronological order. Like there are present day chapters and then there are past chapters, but there are past chapters for 2 different characters. So we're kind of like piecing together this timeline, and it is really interesting. I am finding it a little confusing at first. Like I said, there has been stuff that's happened now that I am eating up. Like, oh my gosh, what is happening? But yeah, that's pretty much the general premise. Basically, they both become EOs accidentally, and then like they start to kind of like, I feel like it's playing with the question of, are you a villain? I wish I could remember what's on the back blurb, but Kindle copy and I don't know that. But yeah, it's called Vicious. It's a trilogy. The 3rd book is releasing this September or October, I want to say. So now is the perfect time to pick it up like me if you want to read it. Like I said, it is on Kindle Unlimited. I don't know if the 2nd and 3rd one are / is going to be, but the first one at least was. And I think if you can get past that first 30%, this book gets really, really good. So I would definitely recommend it, at least so far. But anywho, let's lock in and get to freaking reading. This book is literally crazy. I am 89% through. We are almost finished. We have 22 hours remaining. I am literally in shock right now. Oh my god. I genuinely don't know how this book is going to end and how it's going to lead into a second book. I'm so intrigued and locked in right now. Oh my god, we have to finish. Okay, we officially finished book 1 in a little under 2 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and pause because I like to write my reviews as I finish books. It'll take me about 10 minutes, so I don't want that running. But anywho, I think overall I'm going to give Vicious a 4 stars. Like I mentioned earlier, the beginning did take me a little bit to get into, but the middle and ending was literally crazy. Something about this reminded me a lot of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans for some reason. Like I was kind of getting those vibes. But yeah, I thought the ending was incredible, and I'm now very excited to read book 2. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll catch up and be able to read book 3 when it comes out. I've heard literally nothing but incredible things about the ending. I'm really excited. It kept me on my toes. It was a little crazy. I will say one of my complaints is it does feel like these characters have it a little easy because of some of their abilities, some of their superpowers, if you will. It's basically like kind of like the X-Men or something like that. Like all of these characters have some sort of special ability that is unique to them. And I will say, like I said, I think it's a little easy right now. But I'm still intrigued and super, like, you know what I mean? But anywho, that is book 1 finished. I think I'm debating between 3 books next. Okay, so I could go over to It's Not Her and do a little palette cleanser moment, you know, a little, what are these called? Thrillers? A little thriller. Or I could go to From Stardust. This would be a really quick win read for me, and it is one that I've been wanting to read for a while, and it feels different enough from Vicious, I mean, that I think I could, you know, like it also kind of work as a palette cleanser. The one I'm like most interested in reading though is Broken Dove, but I don't know if I want to immediately go into a fantasy just yet, considering I did just finish Vicious. But another part of me is like, oh well, it is currently 10:30, so let's see. Okay, so Broken Dove would take me about 6 hours according to my audiobook timer, so I might not start this yet because I have my hair appointment at 3, so I would get like 75% of the way through and then have to stop. So I think we are going to do some of my shorter books so that I can stop them if I need to, because this is one that I want to read as completely as possible in one sitting. So I think next we might start From Stardust. I do have a copy on my Kindle as well. So let's get reading this little indie pirate romantasy. At least I think it's romantasy. Anywho, we're going to start this one, but first I need to go write my review really quickly. I'm officially 20% in, so I feel a little bit more confident in being able to give kind of a premise of what this book is about. Basically, our main character, Lillian, is a maid to this royal family. She's kind of like the personal assistant, I guess, to their royal-ish daughter, her, I guess, noble daughter. And they get on a ship together. I can't remember why they get on the ship, but anywho, they're on a ship adventure And one day they just drive the ship straight into a hurricane for some reason. And that reason is the captain believes he is chasing a band of pirates. But then, plot twist, the pirates they are chasing discover the ship wrecked. And they believe that Lillian is Maria, the daughter. And they're like, well, unfortunately for you, pirates need nobility to get their treasure. So she has now been mistaken for the noble that she takes care of. And everyone is dead. So, like, oh my gosh, she has no one there to take care of her. Nobody left to, like, you know, defend her, listen to her side of the story. So she is now held captive on this pirate boat, and it is crazy town. So I am going to keep reading this. So far, it is a very quick read. I am enjoying the audiobook quite a lot. It is very simple. Oh, I didn't even notice there was a map in here. She is from Aurelia. I have no clue where they are now, but anywho, I have some theories. I kind of feel like she is going to become one of the pirates. Like, I feel like she is going to fall in love. Like, I feel like that's the reason. There's the two pictures. Like, I bet this is her as a maid and this is her as a pirate. But anywho, I'm going to keep reading and I will update you guys if I have anything else to say. Also, I have like barely left this chair all day. It is now 11:15. I did get up to make a sandwich for lunch. And I do occasionally sit in my desk chair, but we might have to do a little change of scenery here in a little bit. Maybe some hammock time outside, or maybe a little coffee shop run. Wherever I go, I will obviously take you guys with. Okay, I just finished from Stardust. Let's talk about it. I almost canceled my thing. That would have been tragic. We are just under 19 hours remaining now. I have some feelings, to be honest. On one hand, I thought this was really, really well written, but it almost lacked intrigue because it was very guessable. Pretty much every single plot twist or plot device that happened I saw coming. But like I said, it was well written and I still enjoyed my time with it, and I'm curious to read book 2 now. But yeah, I felt like it was very just like typical pirate book, and it was easy to guess. Okay, I started writing out my Goodreads review. Predictable, that was the word I was looking for. Or did I already use that word? I'm not sure. But yeah, overall, I would recommend this book. It was a very fun, easy pirate romantasy, very enemies to lovers, but it didn't really have any like shock value or twists. Yeah, it's just like everything was foreshadowed almost too well, if that makes sense. I do think next we are going to transition to the Tainted Cup. Like I said, I have a book club meeting over this next week, and I think it'll be a good one to start. It is currently about 2 p.m., so I do have my appointment here in about an hour, but I think we could go ahead and get this one started, and then I'll take my Kindle with me to my appointment, and if I have any time, I'll read it. I probably won't, though. My hairdresser and I, we love chatting. She also reads, and we just have a lot in common, so I assume we will chat the whole time, but anywho, I will keep you guys updated once I get into the Tainted Cup a little bit. I've heard that this is basically like Sherlock Holmes, but make it fantasy. And to me, I think that sounds really good. So I'm excited to get this one started. Okay, we have had a change of scenery. We are down to 17 hours and 45 minutes remaining. I took a little bit of a longer break than I meant to. I went and got my hair cut and just kind of like hung out. I'm currently making dinner, etc. You know, it's okay because we can split this up. Like I said in the beginning, we can do however many hours we can tomorrow, or however many we can today, I should say, and then finish it tomorrow, or even dip into Sunday if we need to, because it is a long weekend for me. But anywho, I went ahead and started the Tainted Cup. It says 16% in, and I am really obsessed so far. The way they are describing their kind of like layout of their town is giving Attack on Titan, okay? He's literally saying there are titans that could come and attack them, and that they live in different rings. Like, Robert, are you a fan of Attack on Titan? Because me too.
In fact, I think that might be the ambiance we put on in here. I'm now in my living room. So I got the big TV, so we might restart Attack on Titan. That'd be crazy. But anywho, I thought I would update you guys before I forget that, yeah, this is definitely giving Attack on Titan so far, but only in the setting. The plot itself, like I mentioned earlier, is very much Sherlock, but like creepy. Like I'm picturing her as Cyclops from the X-Men. Like she wears this bandana all the time because she said that she feels like she notices more when one of her senses is kind of like, you know, taken away. Like when you get rid of one sense, you have more of the others, or whatever that saying is. But anywho, I am really enjoying it so far. I have been listening to the audiobook while I cook dinner, and the audiobook, I started listening to the audiobook before I left for my haircut and wasn't jiving with it, but something about it now, jiving with it so much more. So I would recommend the audiobook, at least as of right now. And yeah, like I said, I went and got my hair cut. What do we think? We blended in my curtain bangs a little bit more, so I got some layers, and we colored it just a little bit to go a little bit darker for fall. My natural color is very similar to this, but in the summer, like my ends get really light, and I don't like that. But anywho, I'm feeling fabulous. But yeah, I'm going to go read more of the Tainted Cup. Like I said, I'm loving it so far. I am super excited to discuss this with my book club this Wednesday. But anywho, let's get back to reading. You know what time it is. We are going to do our nails. So we are listening to our audiobook. We are down to 17 hours remaining. But anywho, I'm really, really enjoying it so far. But yeah, I'm gonna paint my nails and give this a little listen. So let's see how long it takes me. I bet I'll be at 16 hours remaining when I'm done. We finished. Okay, I have 16:30 remaining. So really it only took me about 30 minutes to do my nails, which like might actually be record speed. Sheesh. But anywho, no updates on the Tainted Cup. I'm still liking it. I think I'm getting to a point where I can't really talk about it without it being spoilers. If I keep at my current listening pace, I have about 3 hours remaining, which means I would be finished at about 11 p.m. And that would also mean we have 13 hours remaining, which actually isn't that bad considering the goal is like to do 12 and 12. But anywho, I'm going to keep listening. Need to put up all my nail supplies now though. Ugh. And yeah, besties, I'll let you know if anything changes. I really like it though. I knew I probably would, but like I actually like it way more than I thought I would. So I'm gonna keep listening. I have officially finished the Tainted Cup. It was actually so good. I have 13 hours pretty much exactly remaining. So, but it is 11:50 p.m. A little bit later than we meant to, you know, venture into the night, but that is okay because like I said, I finished the Tainted Cup. I'm really excited I read this. What was that? I don't know what that was. Anywho, there was a weird noise in my kitchen. It's okay.
I don't know what it was, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Here, lay down. Lay down, baby girl. What was I saying? I got distracted by the scary noise. I hate scary noises, especially at midnight. But, anywho, I think I was saying that I finished The Tainted Cup, and it was actually so good. I'm really happy I read it. It's one of those books that's been on my radar for a while, but I think if my book club wouldn't have picked this for August, I probably wouldn't have read it anytime soon. It reminded me so much of so many stories that I love. Like, it reminded me of, there's this very niche video game from, hello, from around 2010-ish called Deadly Premonition, and it is loosely based off Twin Peaks, but like in Deadly Premonition, these plants hurt people. I'm starting to think there is a bug over there or something that is freaking out, because what is that sound? Anywho, in Deadly Premonition, there are these plants that like kill people, and I really think it's a fly dying, but that is kind of the plot of this. The main character is solving a murder mystery surrounding like these plants, this poison. Like, look at the cover. It literally, I think I can see the fly that's dying. Anyhow, the moral of the story is this book was really good. I'm happy I read it. I am super intrigued to read more in this series. There is currently 3 released. I have no idea if it's going to be a trilogy, there's going to be more, etc. I have no clue, but I really liked it. I think I'm getting 4-star vibes from it personally, just because like I said, it did kind of remind me of some other stuff. Like, it was unique, but it felt familiar in a good way for sure. It's just, for me, I'm like, you know, I've been here, done that. Like, it kind of reminded me of Enola Holmes for some reason. It reminded me, like, I feel like it was more Enola coded than Sherlock, TBH. And then, like I said, it also reminded me of Deadly Premonition. It just, there was a lot of things about it that I was like, I've been here before. But like I said, it was in a good way. So I definitely recommend checking this one out. I think in the morning we are going to start the Shampoo effect. I forgot that our book club meets on Sunday, so I need to read it like tomorrow. In fact, I just spent $11 on Audible for the audiobook version because, in case you didn't know, an audiobook, like, credit, I think is $16 a month. So technically, I saved $4 by buying it. Does that math? I don't know, but it was the choice I decided to make. So, oopsies. But anywho, I think we're going to go to bed now because it is approaching midnight. So tomorrow we will have 13 hours. I think that will be plenty of time to read The Shampoo Effect and Broken Dove and maybe start a 3rd one. But I will update you guys tomorrow. Also, in case you guys wondered, I do have to charge literally everything I own in order to continue this. Like the iPad, 25%. The Kindle, 30%. The headphones, like 30%. My phone, 30%. Probably my light and camera, probably also 30%, let's be honest. And I only have about 4 places I can plug stuff in, so wish me luck. Anywho, we're going to bed officially now. Wish us luck. We've got a lot of things to charge. Yeah, it's a bedtime, sweet girl. Oh my gosh. Say good night, besties. Say good night, besties. Good night, besties. Good morning, besties. It is 8:06 a.m. We are starting a little bit later than I wanted to, which means if we do the full 13 today, we will end at about 9:15, but that is okay, okay? We roll with the punches here, over here. This morning, I think we're gonna go ahead and start with the Shampoo effect. This is my book club's pick, and we're meeting about it literally tomorrow, so I need to go ahead and get this read so that I can talk to my besties in real life about it. But I downloaded the audiobook last night, like I think I updated you guys, and it says it's only like 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I think my plan is to read maybe for 30 minutes, kind of wake up, and then I'm gonna head. Oh my goodness, Mustang. Hi, baby girl. She keeps hitting my tripod. I think the plan is to read this maybe for about 30 minutes this morning, and then I'm going to head to a local coffee shop to read for a little bit to get some caffeine because your girl desperately needs it. But let's start this one. I've seen mixed reviews. I feel like all of my in real life friends that have read this have rated it like 4. No, girl, no. Have rated it like 4 and 5 stars. But like, all the influencers, ow, she hit the hell out of my earring. That hurted. All the influencers I've seen that have reviewed this said that their expectations weren't set up well because I guess like the premise that it talks about in the blurb doesn't even happen till the last like 3/4 of the book. So it kind of spoils the ending, but you don't know what the actual book is about or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, basically the premise says it's a toxic friend group and they discover one of the guys, the guy who our main character I think is in love with potentially, he is going to be the father of one of the other friend group's children. But anywho, let's get started. Nothing like some crazy rich people drama to wake you up.
I forgot my mini mic. Can you even hear this? I don't know. We will find out together. But anywho, we came to a coffee shop to read a little bit. I got essentially what I normally get, but it's added lavender and almond. I'm a little hesitant on the almond, but the honey lavender sounds bussin' if you ask me. I can't believe I forgot my mic. Good, actually. Okay. Yeah, I think I like it. Anywho. We have 12 hours. Oh my gosh, I just finished the Shampoo effect at the coffee shop and it was incredible. It was exactly what I wanted So Old, So Young to be. It basically was just this story of friendship and learning about yourself with the people around you who've known you for a long time. But like in this one, everyone was an absolute garbage. So young, so old, every single person was bad. They all had secrets. This one, the people still had secrets, but like they worked through them and they were nice to each other. I feel like in So Old, So Young, everyone was just kind of like a meanie poo-poo head, and I really didn't like that. But yeah, I think I am going to go ahead and rate the Shampoo effect a good 5 stars. It just like,
was more relatable to me than So Old, So Young. I will admit, like I said, they are kind of similar. They give similar energies, but I enjoyed this one so much more. I thought Fran was the most relatable character. Personally, I just understood her. I will say I was shocked by how little the main character was in this book. We follow several different POVs, and I feel like Caroline, the woman from the description, was kind of missing at points, but at the same time, it made perfect sense, and I loved it. But anywho, we have 10 hours and 15 minutes left on the timer. I paused it so I can drive home. But anywho, now we need to pick out our next book. I'm thinking we're gonna pick up Broken Dove, but we'll just have to see when we get back home. I'm absolutely giddy. I feel like I'm back in January again when I read Silver Elite in one sitting. I am so scared, but so excited. This is one of my most anticipated releases for the year. I have a snack, aka lunch, and we are about to lock the freak in. I'm down to about 10 hours remaining, so let's get ready. The Golden Sun. Darrow, is that you? My husband? I feel the same way I did reading Iron Flame for the first time right now. This is literally crazy. Oh my god. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? One of my absolute favorite things about this series so far is I love the vibes. I just think there's something so fun about a fantasy that's giving spy school slash just fun action. Right now, the part I'm at, I'm about 50% through. They are literally gearing up for a mission. It just feels very spy operatives. They're all getting out their guns and their battles. And it just feels so cool. I love that vibe so much. It reminds me of a really cool movie or something. And I am eating this up. Let's see how much longer I have on my... There's still 7 hours remaining, boys. So let's get back to it. Like I said, I love this vibe. If you have not read Silver Elite yet, I would give it a chance. I know there was those rumors circulating last year when it came out that it was bad and everyone hated it, but just get that out of your mind and give it a chance, okay? I thank goodness every single day that I did, and I am eating book 2 up. So let this be your sign. Go read Silver Elite. The vibes are just so fun. Oh my gosh. I love it. It's giving the same energy I get when I read something like Fourth Wing, just instead of dragons and that, it's cool spy assassins on a mission. But anywho, I gotta get back to their mission now. Love triangle. I love a love triangle, okay? Listen up. I am a Vampire Diaries girly. I'm a Buffy the Vampire Slayer girly. The love triangle. This series is might actually be perfect. I'm unwell. I feel unhinged right now. Actually. I'm eating this shit up. What? I just finished chapter 48. Literally insane. Oh, I accidentally forgot to restart my timer. I paused it to eat up some dinner, and oh my god. I knew something was up, but my god. This book is freaking insane. Oh my god. It's just crazy twist after crazy twist. Oh my god. Ugh. I will say the thing we just learned, I feel like, conflicts information we got earlier. I think. But like, what? I have so many questions. I have so many questions. Oh my gosh. I have 30 minutes left. Okay, update. It wasn't conflicting information. I might just be illiterate. Teehee. No, but like really though, I'm in shock. No. Everything was going so well. This is why you shouldn't keep secrets. God. Okay, besties, well, we have 3 hours and 41 minutes remaining. And oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. That book was incredible. I'm sorry, listen, all y'all haters to this series, I don't freaking get it, okay? Because, wow. Wow. The tension and the plot twists and the characters, literally all perfect. I don't know what you want from me. It was perfect. It was perfection. Like I said, though, I enjoy this type of fantasy, the kind of like spy, covert mission, love triangle, training, like all of that. Eating it up. I have so many questions, though. And I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous for the next book because things just ended on an absolute shit show. Like a major
cliffhanger, literally. I'm dying. And I'm also nervous because, like I said, there's a love triangle, and the person that I am rooting for is I do not think is gonna win the love triangle. Oh God. Okay, Miss Francis, I need you to like let us know when the next book is immediately. Like tonight. Like oh my God. I also need to know right now, is this only going to be a trilogy? It feels like the kind of series that will only be a trilogy, but I need answers and a conclusion. Oh my God. I need to go write my review while it is still fresh in my mind. BRB. Okay, I just wrote my review for Broken Dove. I geeked out a little bit, to be honest. Wrote one of my more passionate / long reviews in a while. That book, there's just something about reading this series in one sitting. It does it for me, okay? Which, like, maybe that defeats the purpose. Maybe if I, like, actually sat down and thought about it, I, like, wouldn't love it as much. But I am addicted, okay? Anywho, like I said, we have 3 hours and 41 minutes remaining. Where is my phone? Sapphire, where'd you go, girl? Hello? Oh, duh, sitting right in front of me. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we have 3 books that are left on our like hypothetical TBR for this readathon. It is, we have Confessions, The Private School Murders remaining. It's Not Her, or Daggermouth. I will admit, I don't think I want to read Daggermouth just yet. I do think it'll be a little too close to Broken Dove. Like, oh, also one of the characters' names is literally Grayson. I can't read this right now. That is one of the characters in Broken Dove, and I think I'd lose my mind, actually. So, we are going to put off on Broken Dove for now. The question is, which of these do I want to read? I feel like I'm more... Hi, you want to help me choose what I read? I think of these 2, I'm leaning more towards It's Not Her, because a thriller would be a nice, like, change of pace as far as, like, genre goes. But Confessions could be fun because it's YA. So, like, it looks like a long book, but I bet we could just, like, absolutely fly through this. But like I mentioned, I think earlier in this video, if I read this, it's one step closer to my goal of reading 30 Book of the Month books this year. One of my friends recently read this though and really didn't like it, which is kind of making me kind of... Also, this one is like technically also thriller, but it's like YA cutesy fun thriller. Maybe I'll read the first chapter of each. Let me think. Let me also look at the audiobook timers because sometimes that affects my decisions, to be honest. Okay, so I'm doing out the math. It's Not Her would be about 3.5 hours. And then the Private School, oh, see, okay, the Private School Murders isn't even going to be a full 3 hours. So I think just for timing purposes, we are going to pick up It's Not Her, because if I read Confessions, The Private School Murders, I'm going to have time left over to start another thing, but if I start this one, we'll be done. So, also, like I said, this will be a fun little palette cleanser for me, and it's a book of the month, etc. But let's lock in. I will admit I'm getting a little burnt out of reading. I think that this always happens during 24 hours, like a 24-hour readathon. The last couple hours are always the hardest, especially after reading a book like that. That was so incredible. Are you kidding me? I don't want to read anymore. I'm done. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Okay, we have officially reached our 24 hours. However, I have like literally 3 pages left in this book. So let me finish this real fast
and then we're gonna debrief. Okay, we just finished our last book. That was Crazy Bonkers. That was a really good thriller, actually. It kept me very on my toes. Like, I was kind of spooked out. I don't know if that's just because I am reading it right now. Like, it just turned midnight. So I'm like, you know, nighttime spooked out, or if it was just well written or what. But I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to rate it a 4 stars overall. But yeah, let's recap the readathon. What all did I even read? Okay, so we started our readathon finishing Vicious by V.E. Schwab. A crazy book, if you ask me. Very excited to read book 2. And then from there, we read a little indie book called From Stardust. Again, pretty good book. I think I would recommend it. It was very, like, stereotypical and easy to predict, but not bad. And then after that, we read The Tainted Cup, which I actually really did enjoy. It was very fun. It's like, that one feels probably the most fever dream of all of them, though, to be honest. And then today, we read The Shampoo Effect, Broken Dove, and It's Not Her. That is 5.5 books we read. I'm saying half because I did technically start Vicious before this challenge, but if you ask me, that's pretty good. So I think we did good too, because pretty much all of them were a 4-star or higher. I did rate From Stardust a 3, but it's realistically like a 3.75-ish. But anywho, thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. Let me know down in the comments below if you have read and enjoyed any of these books and what you thought about them, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.